Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and today we have some Rakdos Aggro in Historic with Historic Anthology 5 cards. This is the new set that was injected into Historic. Notably, it brought the command cycle from Khans of Tarkir, as well as the Praetor cycle from New Phyrexia, amongst some other cards. And the card we're playing today that's new is Kolaghan's Command. It's a very powerful card, 3 mana, so you get to choose 2 of these options, so it's one of the modular spells. So you can either return a creature from your graveyard to your hand, a player discards a card, you can destroy an artifact, or it shocks something. So it's a pretty flexible card all around, and we built this in a more aggressive slanted Rakdos shell. So what we're trying to do is play a bunch of discard in Inquisition of Kozilek and Thoughtseize, split with Thoughtseize being higher right now because we're seeing a lot more blue-white control and combo decks where a lot of their payoffs are above 3 converted mana cost. If the meta becomes more aggressive, then you switch those numbers around and you play Inquisition. We also have a couple Fatal Push as removal along with Bone Crusher. And then we have Bomat Courier and Knight of Ebon Legion in our 1-drop slot. This is an aggressive 1-drop that scales. This can give us card advantage in the late game. We have Scrap Heap Scrounger, which could keep coming back from our graveyard. Dreadhorde Butcher, which is a nice aggressive threat that scales as well, and is a nice way we can get back from our graveyard with Kolaghan's Command. A couple Croxas. I don't want to be too heavy involved in the graveyard. That's why I went with this route as opposed to a more traditional Arcanist shell. Part of the reason being we have Relic of Progenitus now in the format, which just deals with exiling all the graveyards, so there's a lot more graveyard hate. And then you get incidental hate with like Phoenix going around, as well as like Cat Oven, whatever it may be. And then Bone Crusher Giants, the Kolaghan's Command, 1 of Agadeems, and a couple of Chandra on the top end. I want to see how this version goes. You could technically cut these and then play a Luris shell, but I think I like having the added flexibility of these on the top end. Nothing special about the mana base. We have 1 Castle Lochwain, a couple fetches as well. The sideboard, we have Heartless Axe for removal, Roiling Vortex versus the slower decks control combo decks, 3 copies of Go Blank. This is kind of our way to deal with the graveyards as well as hand hate. Relic of Progenitus is something we could consider in our deck, but it also hits us in terms of graveyard, so it's not as flexible in this case because we are using some of our graveyard. Split of Noxious Grasp and Fry. I want to have options for the Dragon. The Velocamus Lorehold is a combo deck. This is good against like Gruul and Green-White and Auras. This is as well as like this is good against Teferi decks, stuff like that. Rotting Regisar comes in against decks that are more damage based in terms of removal, so Gruul, Phoenix, stuff like that. Even against Jeskai, other than a sweeper or a tuck with Teferi, they don't really have clean answers to Rotting Regisar. And then Chandras are for the control matchups. Notably, Chandra can flashback Kolaghan's Command as well with its -2. It's good pressure, and it can help push up our other Chandra as well towards ultimate. So let's give this a shot. We'll play on the Mythic ladder. I was able to climb up to 96 today playing Brews, so I'm quite happy just how things went. This Elesh Norn's tokens list was pretty good as well. But these are usually the type of decks I like playing on Arena. Low to the ground, aggro, your opponent misses a line drop, you punish them. So let's see how this goes and compare it to something like Gruul Aggro, which we played earlier today. See how it goes. As always, if you do enjoy the content, if you can, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way to helping out the channel. So let's play first. Little land heavy, but I think we keep. I think we lead on Knights, and then depending on what they have, I can Thoughtseize Agadeem to put a counter on this. One thing we also want to consider is how this plays out compared to something like Death Shadow. We're not as susceptible to just like the aggressive mirrors kind of going over the top of us, just with like burn-based damage. Atarka's Command is a card that's in the format now. Okay, what we didn't want to see is more lands. So this could be a turns deck. It could be like a teamer deck. It's a Gearhulk flash deck. I mean, we just take out their payoff, right? Next turn, we just Knight of Eben Legion. Pump it up. See if we could solo with a Knight. This matchup should be pretty good for us. We're low to the ground and aggressive enough, and if it's Simic, they don't really have clean removal answers. That's aggressive. Okay, well, I would really... We get blown out by Brazen Borrower, but not much we can do there. Okay, so they are on red. So this is important because this gets it out of burn range. They could Sublime Epiphany us next turn. I think we're just gonna go in. Even if they bounce here, I can recast the Knight. They missed the land drop too, which is better. Oh, no, they get their... They could Gearhulk next turn. Ooh, that's a risky one for them. I think we do this. I'll have to discard a spell here. Guess I should have attacked first, they wouldn't get the counter. But even if they like Gearhulk here... Dragonfire is annoying there. GG. Alright, well we literally drew 2 spells that game. So this matchup, Chandra's, Vortex, Go Blanks, Reggie's. Let's take out... Bone Crusher's pretty bad here. Fatal Push is pretty bad here. I imagine they bring in sweepers. They might bring in something like Relic of Progenitus. Let's trim on a couple of these. Trim on... Probably 2 of those. Like, I still want enough 1-drops to play out. And they'll have counter. But they might board out the counter spells. But still, I think just Inquisition to clear the way. Game 2 is always going to be tough because they'll be on the play. It just looks like Teamer kind of ramp Opus. This hand's fine. Inquisition on 1, see what's up. Bowmad or Scrap Heap on 2. Ideally draw red source, play Dreadhorde on 2. I think I'd rather try to get either a Growth Spiral or an early removal spell out of the way. Well, we're gonna get Prismari. We're gonna fetch here. New plan. Kind of want to hold the go blank. I think we're... This is likely Wolf on 4. Okay, no Wolf on 4. I might be missing lines. Okay, that's pretty good. So because we could potentially draw our Kroxa. Getting Nissa out of the way is nice. I think we're gonna want our other Kroxa here. Could see Wolf out of them, but it's fine. Yep. I guess I should have done this as red. Makes this play a bit worse. Naturally. Chandra, go blank, doesn't really do anything. Inquisition, we're dead here. We dead. I do think maybe, given their deck, they did show Prismari, but I don't care necessarily about Prismari as much. Let's bring in a couple Heartless Acts. We need to be able to deal with the Wolf. Maybe Go Blank still seems good. They brought in a bunch of burn removal. Let's try this out. So they switched their counters. Prismari, we took out our artifacts, so it's not as impactful. Alright. Sounds decent. Need a 2-drop in this hand. I think we'll play this out next turn. Actually. Let's make it seem like we potentially have something. rough. Didn't think they'd have removal still in.
I'm happy as a hellion to start some fun. Don't worry, I brought company.
Should be able to apply some degree of pressure.
Don't worry, I brought company.
Let's just get cards out of their hand. I can do this, and then I can flash back again next turn and exile some more cards. Hoping to get some sort of action spell this turn.
Hey,
This could be
I'm
Nisa,
here.
kill my Chandra. Yeah. We've just drawn way too many lands these games. Literally drew no spells this entire game. We're not going to beat an onboard Nisa at this point. Not when we literally drew nothing but lands. Alrighty. Let's give it another go. Might want just third 4-mana Chandra and then a 3-mana Chandra. But that game's kind of out of the norm. We're playing 23 lands. Shouldn't be that hard to draw a more aggressive hand. We could have mulled again, but opponent is a Yorion deck. Could be Reanimator. Wellspring. So it's some sort of combo deck. I think we wait one more turn. They don't have anything in the graveyard, so they can't trash for treasure or anything. It just could be Abzan value. It's fine. We stomp here. Actually, wouldn't mind a land here. Perfect. Oh. Target player discards, deal 2 damage. So, target player. Yeah, so they are a Reanimator deck. Go blank will be pretty good here. They're Doom Foretold. Just Thoughtseize in hand. Can confidently say I wasn't expecting the Doom Foretold deck out of them, just the way they started. Especially with Cavalier of Thorns. Oh, it's an Eerie Ultimatum deck. Just try to find Crocs at this point. So they either have to sack this or their Cavalier. Guess this gets them back. Oh, that's something. They have enough lands to cast it. Okay, we're getting janked. They got us there. Okay, so we know what we're playing against now. Sometimes these like rogue decks kind of get you. So Vortex, Go Blank's very good here. I think largely can get rid of those, get rid of the Fatal Push. Noxious Grasp hits their stuff. This can deal with the artifact if need be. I think we want Regisaurs, but they probably just bring in like normal removal, so the card advantage is better. Do it like that. Gonna mulligan this hand. Okay, sounds better. I feel especially in this matchup we need a more aggressive curve. Golden Egg. Probably go another black source here. Maybe I should have done an extra red source. If we draw a land, I can Spellbinder. Whew, Shadow's Verdict is not what I want to deal with. They're missing a land as well. Doom Foretold doesn't do a huge amount against us. Let's get rid of the Shadow's Verdict because that's what beats us this game. I think we hold back this turn, so that's 6. They block there. I hit him for 7. They do that. It's probably still fine. Let's make them kill us. That on board. Easy peasy. So they have Shadow's Verdict, so I'm less inclined for Kroxa. Just play the Bone Crushers. They had the Spellbinders. I think we keep everything else the same. This does get hit by Shadow's Verdict, but I don't think we can change up much in terms of how we board this game. Just need to go aggressive. Okay. I mean, no one drop, but take something from their hand. Chupacabra, Chupacabra. Our hand's very slow. So we'll go Chandra next turn. That's a tad annoying. Guess what I can do here is just pass the turn. Didn't see Skyclave the first 2 games. Opponent's drawn very well out of this. So I think we start with attacking. They likely take the trade here.
Anyone need a fire started? No? Too bad.
Then we flash back the Thoughtseize. Leave him with double Vorinclex. For real, would really like to stop drawing lines.
Hey, these little guys are great.
It's been a few games where we've drawn nothing but lands. They are getting to the point where they can just hardcast these Vorinclex. They're at 6 mana already. Yorion should potentially find them another land. Go blind could be okay. Do we put the Heartless in? Noxious Grasp would also be nice. So we're actually going to do this, because this might entice them to block like that. Well, I'm not winning against the Shadow's Verdict anyways, so we'll play what we got. Opponent might have drawn on Burial Rites here. I think we plus this turn because they just kill my Chandra. This dies. They can Burial Rites another one. I think we just keep pushing damage through.
Don't worry, I brought company.
Because they attack the Chandra, they Burial Rites back. They kill my Knight of Eben Legion, and then they trade with my Dreadhorde Butcher.
Burnt out.
Or they just get everything. That here. Alright. Alright, this deck's felt a bit too slow and fair. We tried it out, but I don't think this is where you really want to be. But this is what we do. We try out the decks, see what works, what doesn't. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great one, and we'll catch you next time.